Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. And the last part, the very long last parts, we made quite a bit of progress with our story. We headed off to Camp Drybones to investigate some abductions. We came across the Lord of Inferno, Ifrit himself, took down a god, saw the remembrance services, chose our grand company, and got our chocobo and our mounts. So awesome. We still are not at the White Mage, but once we get past this next main scenario quest, we will actually be able to go White Mage. So thank God. I dropped my chocobo off at my FC's stables. I worked on getting its color right, so if I've done everything right, it's about 5 hours from now, because I did it about an hour ago. About 5 hours from now, my color of my chocobo should be Colibri pink. So let's hope I did it right. We need to do more story. So, Ophelia, what's going on with you?
さて、お仲間が増えたところで、早速だけど頼みがあるの。ウリエンジェさん、バルデシオン委員会からの資料は届いてる？
ええ、こちらに。
グリダニアのグランドカンパニー、ソージャ島から調査依頼があったの。イダ、パパリも説明をお願いできるかしら。
ソージャ島からの依頼はグリダニアに住むシルフ族の動向を調査してほしいって内容だ。
シルフ族ってのは変竹林な姿の種族でさ、空飛ぶギサールの野菜みたいな万神ラムーを信仰してるんだよね。
蛮族といっても好戦的なイクサル族とは違って穏やかで対話が成立する相手さ。ありがたいことにね。
蛮族から万神の問題を直接聞くことができる、とても稀な機会ってわけね。
万神ラムーの存在は以前から確認されているけど、ここしばらくシルフ族が神下ろし、つまり万神の召喚を行った形跡はない。逆に言えば召喚をされていないだけで脅威となる可能性に変わりはない。
グリダニアにしてみれば、この万神ラムーにどう対処するのか悩みどころだろうね。
イクサル族の万神ガルーダは現在存在が確認されている万神の中でも最も凶暴と言われる存在だ。グリダニアは万神ガルーダを抑えるのに精一杯だろうからな。
だからできれば争うことなく対話で解決したい。あなたの超える力は相手との精神の壁、言葉や心の壁を越えることができる。シルフ族との対話で万神問題を解決するためにこの調査に同行してほしいの。ありがとう。
そうと決まれば今回こそ支援してあげたいところだが、あいにくグリダニアの地理に疎くてね。ミンフィリア、ここはグリダニア担当のイダ、パパリモに同行させるといいでしょう。
そうね、二人ともお願いできるかしら。
任せてちょうだい。
いいですとも。
Alright, nice. We got our objectives. Let's head on over there. Let's pop that up. And we'll be off to Gridania. Not that way. Twin Xander's is over here. Alright. let's see what these guys know. We know far too little to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the scions once more if we are to. Beg pardon, it's just a terrible habit of mine to think aloud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Seer folly! I can now do the White Mage. Putting the tiny story on hold. This takes priority. Alright. Up to the Conjurers Guild to get this started, to get us a job upgrade. Alright, guy. I want my White Mage. Cecil, I'm glad you have come. I have a task of a most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Connie Senna, Elder Seed Seer, the leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction, but know you also of her siblings? The two young Pagels, Sister Araya Senna and Brother Aaron Senna, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import, verily such import that it would do no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all, the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelters us has aroused the great one's error, and it is only by the quieting the ritual of which I spoke that he may be placated. Thus did the two seats here set up for Evershade, with nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub and the nature of the favor I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but with the great one's anger mounting, the Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most puissant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade and see that no harm befalls it too. Alright, remember where Evershade is? Where is that? Bent Branch. Away we go! It's been an upgrade that's been long overdue. So good to have mounts now. Are they above or below? Looks like they're above. No. So what's great about this mount is compared to other mounts is that this mount actually has a speed boost. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. Mount speed. So these little stars, this mount already has 1 star, so it gives me additional speed. You can increase your mount speed by doing hunts, but the issue with that is once you know how to fly, it's pretty redundant. Curses! How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth? If I'd known that we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oops, shit. Bold words, brother, but were they true words, we would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safe at our destination bells ago. Hello. A conjurer, are you? Brother Yasumi, ever the warrior. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell-beat creatures? Having no pride, sister. Seeds here does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now, enough talk. Let us see to these pests. Alright. There's a lindworm that I need to do. Thank you, stay out of my way, adventurer. Bring another lindworm. Need more of them. Bring on the lindworm. Bring down as many of the creatures as you can. Need one more lindworm. That was easy. Oh, bright light. Oh, super bright lights. I gotta turn off the light. Or the image. Oh, what's this? I got a stone! That crystal! Do my eyes deceive me, or does the adventurer inherit the legacy of Atoa Kant? It was none other than Atoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventure's arrival is a mere coincidence. Bear the soul crystal, inheritor of sacred arcane knowledge, long since forbidden to those who not our kind. I know not why he chose you, he chose, but maybe our great forefather has led you to us today. Ancient tradition dictates the quieting performed by 3 paddles. Ah, but I must speak. Oops, I skipped that. You speak madness, sister. Surely you've not forgotten the Pajali tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings of those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk it falling into wrong hands. Oh. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own ability, sister? We're seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beast in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. Ooh. This petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I'm sorry to trouble you with our sibling squabbles. If you had the time, I would speak to you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil and come quickly. Time is of the essence. Works for me. All right. Block the chat. Block it. Block. All right, we gotta go talk to our new New instructor, new trainer. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help but that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe you have been properly introduced. I am Rias Osena Apagil, as you can see, and sister of the elder seeds here. You are Cecily, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly of that. As you have no doubt have heard. Alrune and I are en route to the Guardian Tree, and the great one by whose graces we dwell here resides. The gentlest of guardians, when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, our fate. The creatures who you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were aroused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need not only look to you for you to see. You need only look around you to see. The forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour, so it is that we traveled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In our days of old, the ritual was without fail performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Our run was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with the white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the white magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are no Pajali, but Atua Kant meant for you to be here today to perform the ritual with us. Atua Kant is known to be as one of the greatest white mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wherever so he went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Atua was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, having taken no apprentices. His legendary powers were lost to us for eternity, or so I believed, till I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atua's that we bring you into the fold, and so I welcome you, Cecil of the Whites. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now, but time is short, and yet while you may have been chosen by Atoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. Yes! White mage unlocked! And your keen knowledge of Atoa awakens within you. Nice! Now you gotta actually equip it to become a white mage. There we go! Bam! White mage acquired. Alright. Of course, now all my shit's all fucked up now because I switched classes. Stone's fine. Arrow needs. Oh, at least this bar's fine. Medica needs to go there. Raise needs to go away. Fluid aura needs to go away. You need to go there. Teleport needs to go away. Go away. Go away. You get moved over here. So I gotta. So. Macros. Stick that there. Stick that there. Stick that there. There we go. And guess what? I now have access to all this. Alright, so I took a picture of what my hotbar looks like, so let me find that picture real quick. So since now I have access to White Mage, I have access to all the spells that will eventually acquire. Where is my picture? Picture, where is it? Where is it? I took a picture of it somewhere. There it is. Okay, so let me see here. Alright, so this goes there. Medica goes there. Regen goes there. Benediction goes. Benediction goes. That. Holy gets shoved over yonder. Fleetus. Asylum. Oh shit. Fuck! On the wrong hotbar. Alright, that goes there. Asylum goes there. That's stone 2 upgrades to that. A size, it goes there. That goes there. This goes there. Divine Benison. Again, Hong Hotbar. Alright, so Glare, Afflictus Misery, Afflictus Rupture. Temperance. Actually. Wait. Why do I... Oh. There we go. There we go. That's what my hotbar looks like on my main. And that's how it's gonna stay. At least until Endwalker comes out, when I have to rearrange shit all over again. So I have to share can access for a while. We're gonna get reaching! Sessa, looking ever more like a White Mage, I see, and yeah, I fear you are as ready to perform the quieting as a chocobo chick is to carry a wood wheeler clad in full plate. But take heart, for we all must begin somewhere. Today I would teach you the art of communing with the elementals. This is, by any measure, the very foundation of our art, the means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrel Haven you'll find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of the guardian tree, but one that has likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. This process is quite simple. Stand by the tree and raise your hands and commune with the elementals that reside within, and tune yourself to them until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however, an angry elemental can be as stubborn as my dear brother. Do not be surprised if you find a mere honest plea to be rebuffed and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch the creatures, settle your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true, your voice will reach the elemental ere long. Remember this, Cecila. Under no circumstances, you must allow your anger and fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are an anathema to our very existence. Big words! Where the Where the hell is Sword Haven again? Oh, it's up there. Action not learned. Now I can't summon my chocobo to help me out and gain XP because I'm trying to get it to die. Its feathers died. Alright, lindworms are up here too, so I need to kill 2 more. Or 1 more. Nice. Alright. Well, that was easy. Alright, I calmed your tree. No, not you. A short while ago, I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It's seeing you passed your first test, Tesla. The trees are the elementals. The elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of their wood is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within it. But you do not need to hear this from me. That doubtless you felt it for yourself when you healed that tree. Above all else, the elementals all prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the power at their disposal to expulse it. For so long have we lived in peace with the elementals. Why now do they turn against us? I can offer no answers, only theories, but one thing is certain. We must quell the Great One's fury and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. To soothe the forest's wounds and restore harmony, that is our duty as mages of the White, and is a responsibility that transcends race or nation. I sense your success in soothing the alien tree, and am more certain of this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past established practice and tradition. My dear brother among them. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness, given his youth, but alas, his pride as a Pagil will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around to see reason, but how? Forgive me, Sessa. I would be alone in my thoughts for a while. Worry not, I will find a way to deal with Alroon. Nice, regen is mine. All right, like this one's not available to level 40. We're pretty close. Now, with that out of the way, there's 2 dungeons I can unlock. Now that I'm a white mage. I could have locked them before, but yeah, I needed to be a white mage before I did any more dungeon unlocks after what happened with Karn. So I know there's at least 2 that I can get. One's over here, and then one is back in Ul'dah. Hail, adventure! Hail there, adventurer! I'm Niedric Einhar, an explorer by trade and assigned by allegiance. And you, my friend, looked to me at an adventure in need of a challenge. I hope it happened to know just the place I will offer it to you. Tucked away in the corner of Eastern Thailand lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts of a storied history. It was built some 100 years ago as a training ground for gladiators. A calamity laid ruin to it, though, as it did most things. Now Halatali is the shadow of its former self, but in the dark of that shadow lurk wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there's no place finer than Halatali to test your skills and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the flames to oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafa Joni near the entryway. There's also this one too, which, yeah, we still got a little bit more to do for that one. Camp Dry Barn. So good to have mounts, especially this one. All right. If it's the halls of Halatali you seek no further. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from a ancient tongue, Halatali, meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors had first settled, and I have not come on this way for a lesson in history. Shh, listen, do you hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali. For now, the beast once kept the Colosseum lurk here. And these are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even the mights of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be Sesla. I received word from Niedric that you might come along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray you're able to find your way out. Sweet. Halatali. I could do it. Just so I can get the completion. Plus the XP would be nice too. Look at this place. Got Dullahans. Got more Dullahans. We've got imps. Or I guess they're not Dullahans. They're like Iron Giants. We got fireballs. Oh, these guys are marked too. See what I mean by lawn poles? Oh yeah, Maelstrom also has hunting logs too. To get past certain ranks, your grenade log is completed. All right. How many seals do we start out with? I don't remember. Is it 10,000? Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I think the next dungeon that we unlock is Cutter's Cry, but I'll do that off video. Any dungeons that's not really necessary to show off, I'm not gonna show off. I'm just doing this because, why not? Plus, this is a relatively fast dungeon. See, we're already at the end. Oh, they're already starting, so I like to show off all those kinds of little intros, but if people start dungeons, I really have no choice. I think that was easy. Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna really show up dungeons that are really unnecessary, so I'll do the unlock the other dungeon, and then we'll just continue. Unless it's actually required to complete the well, no. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do about dungeons. I'm gonna start the quests, and if they're required to complete said quests, I'll just leave them unfinished for the video and do them off video. Only dungeons are I know I said I was gonna. I can't. No, I can. That's different. What's this? Gone to pieces? What are you? Oh, this is the synthesis. I can't do that. Yeah, Cutter's Cry. Oh, it's hard to fathom now. Well, I already skipped. I skipped it. Oops. Well. Giant ant hole. Sir! This is Carter's cry. I led with the center into caverns, and you hear that? That sounds like the ruffing snort of fun when the fire catches. That's the chimera. That's the chimera. Not that I've seen it. I'm sure. Go right on in if you're certain that of your ability to make it out in one piece. Just don't expect me to go trotting in there and after you, no matter how hard you wail and holler. Oh, you promised old Sibold the Stoic, did you? Well, he's what called a man. Principle he is. A little too much principle, I'd say. What's wrong with wanting to live when you wife at home with child? Aye, the tale goes that rather than facing the fate spun for him by Nimia, he hid beneath the mangled body of his leader and watched as his companions were torn apart one by one. Also, he might return home to see his son reborn. Should he have died a hero rather than lived a coward? Was he being able to see his son without having a boy grow knowing his father was a craven, a disgrace to his friends and family? Should I ever find myself faced with a similar decision? Would I have the courage to walk the righteous path? Now you know the true reason why I never step into that cave. Well, whatever, guy. All right. So wait. I will do that off a video. And now that I'm a white mage, I can continue doing side quests around here. All right, sir, I'm ready. Hail, adventurer! I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Eden Papalima, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the nameless scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast trap that caused me the depths of the Twelvewood home. Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch to the delight of the elder Seatseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and it is precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the peace between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better safe to be sorry then, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts and their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear a little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Solace, you will come upon Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Well, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will get us straightforward as you say. Alright. I don't need no damn boat. Oh wait. Oh, I have to go to West Shore Pier. Seriously? Oh. Fine. We'll take a damn boat. Alright, the ferry dock at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the east shroud. Once you're short, head due east and you'll find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Now I go to Hawthorne Hut. Indeed, I am Ameline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are wary a lot, particularly since the Empire has come into the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd just speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Come to learn a thing or two with the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. They're beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. God damn, dude. Thought my memory was bad. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing horrible faces on our masks. The next they're sending our young sentries falling into the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks no laughing matter. Ooh. The quickest way to quiver a woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think about trying to force your foodstuffs out on a Sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Oh, of course, hearing your stories, well, my stories has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a toe tapping. Sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time to honor greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It may just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Alright, oh, still here? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along a trap. What was it again? And my wife Rose and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, my friend. Speak to Rose at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. At the where? All the way over there, huh? Great. Peace offering for the Sylphs. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep. No, their tastes run more than to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the Ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce vicarious visions in the imbiber. What the hell's that word? You better not catch me dead trying that stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an Ochu around the cone in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day, where you'd stimulated somehow with some of the amber syrup, for example. You might be surprised at what comes out. Here you go. Here's some syrup. Arise! Alright, got my milk root. I should be all ready to go for the Sylphs, right? You're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Yeah, I got this. Milk root, but of course those Sylphs quaff at that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the Sylphs calling you friend and sis at the moment you lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. Starting to feel a bit woozy. Level 39. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. Thanks, guy. There's still some stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say, even rivals the breath of the mortal that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. Even more important matters to attend to yet today, yes? The Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. I'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Before I forget, don't go trapezing off just yet. Amelin here would have a word with you. Travels in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Can he just talk to me right here? He's right next to you. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival, his little soul seek out a young Sylph by the name of Kumuzio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many occasions, and has a close ear and his tribal's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the Sylphs will so adore. I have something to offer of far greater import for you to deliver. A missive from the elder Cici herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy. That would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war of the XIV is taking toll on our resources, and we can ill afford to get mirrored in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return in good tidings. Alright. Walking one was not familiar with this one. Oh, I gotta dance. I gotta dance. I could type it out, but I'm too lazy. This one would welcome walking ones who moves like these ones. If walking ones would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so talking while walking one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Here you go. Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Give many, many thanks. Alright. Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. And they just popped out like ghosts. I saw that. Hello there, we're envoys from Gridania. We're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay respect to your elder and learn from him more about your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones from Gridania? Walking One became a dancing one and brought Milkwood, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. Could go home, you say? But the Sylphs of Little Silence have always welcomed Gridania envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Sylph here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Cece herself. Still you refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of Walking Ones. The Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Cecil's insufficiently jiggy? I was baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. Oh boy. Well, I gotta choose one of these, huh? Alright, what now? I'm out of options. Say, Cessa, you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting. You've only hardly greeted any of them. Well, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see the adventurer expressing interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow, ow, there goes those bloody leg cramps on mine acting up again. Right, sure, you just don't want to dance. Fine, I'll dance for you. Ooh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance feels this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Alright, sir. I'm gonna put on a dance for you. Hope you enjoy it. Walking One should be a friend with these ones. Walking One would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. I bet I can if you give me a chance. Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friend like gracious elder one in the forest city. Knows how to dance to these ones' hearts. Alright. Dance, dance, diplomacy. I felt like diplomacy worked like this. Sessa, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all the little solace. The better news, why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Of course. Right. I believe you. Alright. Cecil, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to help and dissatisfied folk, I'd wager. The head tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to aid the local populace can go straight from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The Sylphs who make their home, and the little Sylphs do so, having been driven from their home woodland home. Surely they have their own fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled Sylphs to see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you say? That said, the Sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera Amedia, the Gridanians who reside here, since she is most likely to be privy of the Sylphs' troubles. Praise to be elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventure with a truly gentle heart. The Sylphs of the Little Sylphs are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants amenities, but not at least a set of defenses. Consequently, the beasts from all around here are free to wander and terrorize the hapless residents. The Gorlins and the Nants that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in Sylph culture and do not claim to know these details. And what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easy to come by. When you're done with the deeds, seek out Kumo, or Komu Shio, and he is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Alright, I can do that. Alright, one down. Look on that. Alright. Objectives complete. Am I on their good side now? Again, I didn't block the chat. Fuck. Dancing One's still here. Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Here you go. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Alright, this one tasks Dancing One for forgiveness. This one's had many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones can become dead ones. See trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House to find out more. This one has a bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. Alright. Shush, this one says steel walking ones are scary like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Strange steel walking ones? Yes, this one I've seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones some for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. Ah, it seems suspicious. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Oh, I skipped it. Something about men in strange armor. It's so easy to skip the dialogue in this game. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees. See the walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? Alright. Sure. Why not? Good a week, sir. You can't even touch me. Dancing One is back. This one breathes a sigh of relief. This one is worried. Dancing One found something. Dancing One found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire. This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside of boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from a home of these ones. How does Steel Walking Ones know where to find them? Is there a sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping ones selling secrets to Steel Walking Ones? This one fears feels for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friends to these ones. Sure. Helpful ones arrive at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Cloxio adventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone was unsafe. Helpful one must find Cloxio. Cloxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry, but before Cloxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Uh-oh. Hey, be right back. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I needed a drink. My throat was like dry. And I needed that bad. Alright, so we gotta go out this way. Time to hop board. What? Walking ones want this one to return to Los Angeles? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a primal one. No small wonder this one chose to leave. This one bought this likely place to build a home, but then meddling one arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling one's forbidden from following this one. Away with meddling one. Where are you going? It's not a good idea. What? Cloxy refused to return these ones that went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry and find Cloxio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread in the forest floor. Those things will lead helpful one to Cloxio. But hurry before touch ones take Cloxio away. Alright. What's going on here? I didn't block the chat again. Fuck! I should just... Meddling one is back? This one told Meddling one to go be gone. Tell Como Zio that this one will never go back. Touched ones should go away too. This one is a good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, says those Sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal emperor Ramu. Akin to them all is tempered by a free. These Sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer their words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Cloxio, these ones are your friends. Come with these ones. Serve primal one together. No, this one is a good one. We'll never go with bad ones. Well, they were not smart to anger this one. This one has many friends in the forest. A Morble? And things are going so well. No, not Stinky One. Stinky One is scary. Stinky One stinks. Alright. Seth's up, how come you're not gonna handle those bees? You take care of the Sylphs. There's something not right about this Morble. Ignore and focus your attacks on the Sylphs. Hurry up, Pampalima. I can't bear the stench any longer. I'm doing the best I can. If we can spiritual Sylphs, surely. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Cloxio, this one has been worried. It's so very worried. Is Cloxio unharmed? Still in position of wits? Kumag's in meddling one as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Cloxio. That Cloxio is safe fills this one with joy. Kumo, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from those saws. This one was just afraid. These ones who live with saws were changing, becoming friendly with these ones. This one feared these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touch ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, a helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to the saws to be with Kumo and the other and the friendly ones. Oh god, I hate the speech these things have. Oh, that should be see to that. So let's see if we return to those saws as well. I for one could do with a nice little hot bath. Alright, oh that was an easy instance. This one thought Cloxio was lost forever. Helpful ones saved Cloxio, now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful one is the kindest and strongest of all. Helpful one is the hero to these ones. Helpful one will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful one to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, cool. Mount speed. Nice! What? Mount speed, so you don't see it because it's blocked, but I've got mount speed increases for middle La Nocia, lower La Nocia, Central Shroud, East Shroud, Western Thanalan, and Central Thanalan. So sweet. I'm sure you saw it on the screen. This one must ask kind ones for forgiveness. This one made a promise to take kind one to see Elder, yes, but this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went to forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes in the forest, but never for this long. Kind one will help find Elder One, yes. Near here where Elder One disappears, the home of a walking one named Buskaran. Buskaran may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buskaran, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would kind one talk to Buskaran for this one? And kind one comes from Gridania, yes. And Gridania lived many kind ones, yes. This one begs a kind one. Begs of kind one. Please go to Gridania and ask fellow kind ones for help. And please hurry, these ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Alright. Sir! Well, if it is our intrepid ambassador, how fare our diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? The arrow's gone missing, you say? Well, if you were to end up in the hands of tempered ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs are my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout day and night. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Guillaume Molko at Bent Branch Mills and deliver the message that the wood whalers are needed in the search effort. Not yet. I might get it. I don't know. I get paid tomorrow, so. Where am I going? Message from Commander. Yeah, I can't pronounce that word. The Sylph Elder has vanished. Bird not friend. The wood wearers have eyes under every leaf and behind every branch. If the Whale Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. What the fuck is that? Buscaran Druthers? Oh, it's over there. It's the bar. I'll get the game, don't worry. Besides, those lightsabers were bought with stimulus money. All right. Well, I don't have stimulus money now. It's all in the savings. I hunger for news. Is it I? There's been talk of Sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it'd be the elder you seek. Those woodland scams are all look alike, sort of painting one red and another one blue. Most folk would struggle to tell two of them apart. If you've the time, mayhap you can stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You may never know. You might even stumble across the Sylph Elder yourself. No word for the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscara in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight. I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls though. Just take this tub of water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish. But as soon as this turns violent, I gotta put my foot down. Where's he at? There he is. Picking a fight. What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes in your face? Here you go. Have some cold water. I don't know, Fika's teeth, that's cold. What do you mean no fighting? This dusk white scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin for now. That was easy. Nicely done, Sylph. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, that bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is the Duskwhite Elizin. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, make them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it doesn't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you weren't disinclined, I have a favor to ask of my own to ask you. Didn't you just ask me for one? There's a concurrent friend of mine, you see, the name of Teteron. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him and falling in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc. So I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at Druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own, he did, but not long after cast his lot with the merchant bound for La Nocia. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have forgotten it when he left. So I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. Rogadine, a fellow by the name of Bainsing. You can find him at Hawker's Alley in Limson. He knows everything about the comings and goings of merchants. Alright. It's not so much talking to myself, but more as reading dialogue. Better than sitting here in silence. Alright, Bane Singh. You found a way to Hawker's Alley, friend. Like a current that worked at the Druthers? You speak of Teteron. Related to the... What the fuck kind of word is that? Something blood just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put them together and were making good going. But old Teteron up and left Limson not long ago. Couldn't say as to where or why or where. You're better off asking something other himself. He can be tight of lip, though, I warn ye. Best to take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venture along. Too shy to come his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Alright, customer be welcome. Not customer. Not come with custom. Something or other business. Too busy for blather. Here, have an egg. Chicken egg! Something... it's called Kyo. Kyo loved chicken egg. Loved chicken egg more than I love customer. Looking for Teteron. Teteron not here no more. Teteron leave Limsa. Teteron go for look for Sparklies. Now working at trade post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Teteron. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyo forget things. Weinberg remembers things. You talk to okay. Alright, guy, I need to go. I need to find some guy named Teteron. Do you know where he is? Teteron? No, I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. Was headed somewhere up north, by the way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Aldfoot. He's an old hand who knows a great deal about a great many things. God damn, this guy gets to places. Alright. Please tell me he's here. Hey guy, I'm looking for someone. Oh, I saw him. That's to say. Oh, god damn it! Here we go again. I seen him. He took himself north to Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kukuran. I reckon he met with that one right by the shore of Bronze Lake. Mimrun's trading post. Follow the road and sure to find it. God fucking damn it. Oh, hello. Hunting logs. I need one more. Where's... Really? There's not another one around here? What about over here? Sophist, Executioner, the Infiltrator. Alright. That entry's done. I got a whole section of logs I need to do. Go away. Alright. Take me across. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Customer, be welcome. Not customer, not... Okay, here we go again. Here's your earring. All this for an earring. Take the run. Forget this. Forget Druthers. Alright. Good Buscarn, doing good. Good Buscaroon. Good Titaroon. Titaroon, Misk. Alright. I can't stand this guy's least things way of talking. Alright. Good Buscaroon, hell Titaroon. Titaroon dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thank yous. Many thank yous. Titaroon make your current fire water for Buscaroon. Alright. I can't. Oh, there's more logs around here. I'll wait till that guy. I'll get them on my way back, so I'm not competing with him. Alright. That was easy. Alright. I know there's more above me too, so that's probably where the rest of them are. Aha. Got this guy helping out his friend, I guess, killing shit. What do you mean? That's clearly in sight. Alright, guy. Well, hey, thanks for that, I guess. Whee! As little effort as possible. Alright. Here's your fire water materials. Whatever it is. You brought all the thingies. Tita would make fire water now. Make good fire water for Buscaroon. Alright. Whatever. Whatever. He gave me a weapon coupler I can't even use. Alright. I can't. No. Alright, guy, I got some fire water for you. You return. Thank you for seeing Tita Rune's belongs to him. What's this? For me? Current fire water, so he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old... bloody hell. Who's got onions back here? He says just show up for a year, does he? That sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'd be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's gonna be a long year. Let's say you come back then, friend. Yes, we'll see if we can make through this bottle together. Where we at? Around 46? Fuck. Alright, so I guess I'll call it here. Oh, I got some side quests I need to do now that I don't have to worry about getting over leveled because I got White Mage unlocked. I got a dungeon I need to do. Oh, let me see if there's anything else I can upgrade or unlock. So, when we come back, when we come back, we will continue our Sylph, our hunt for the Sylph Elder who's gone missing, and see if we can't find anything else. I might be a little bit stronger too. Who knows? So, I will see you in the next part. Later.